Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Virginia from Jupiter Arts Crafts, and thank you for joining me today. And I hope you're all doing well. As you can see in the title, this is an attempt at a tutorial of the little paper Christmas houses that I created last year for a Ruby and Pearl design team project that were in tin boxes that I think came from chocolate or cookies and hot cocoa boxes. But for this one, we don't have the tin boxes. So I am doing this tutorial because a few viewers, followers have requested if I could do a tutorial of the base of the journal. And I thought of, yeah, it's a good idea for this upcoming holiday season. So this would be like a very beautiful, nice Christmas present for someone in your Christmas lists, or uh, could be like a journaling for like December daily. So I am not sure how I have recorded already a few videos, but some of them are like too long. I might have to split it and make it like two videos or combine. So I'm not sure exactly how many the videos will be, the series of videos. So I hope you tag along, craft along with me. So basically, the materials that we're going to be using, the base of the journals I have created before were manila folders. Um, and I am challenging myself. I have a lot of prints that were left over from last year. Last year's The Little House journals that I created. So I am challenging myself to use most of those digital kits. But I have added something new. This stamps that I bought specifically for this project. Lorna of Tailor Made Journals released this set of stamps, like I think sometime in July, like a Christmas in July theme. They are from Creative Expressions, and I have some of sample designs dates from the past as well. So this is the first item that or the first thing I created for this project. Those I stamped them heat embossing. And when I saw those stamped back then, I fell in love with that bird stamp of kind of like a snow globe. And I experimented with different colors of the heat embossing powder. And the stamp alone on its own is very pretty. Okay, so if you are crafting along or you want to try making this, what you're going to need for the base is, if you want to make the slightly bigger, which I'll show the measurement. Sorry, I did a voiceover because I talked too slow on the original video. I'm trying to save it, but it's way too long. So if you plan to make this little smaller house, just one manila folder is the base. But if you are planning to make something bigger like this one, the base would be two of the manila folders. I'm showing the measurement here of the bigger house. So it's kind of like 8 inches in full length, and then the body is like about, I think, 5. And then I'm showing here on the centimeter side. Yeah, sorry, I keep forgetting to show measurements in centimeters, but you ladies get it. So let's get started. I have here a template from actually the one I did last year. So it's a pretty simple shape of a house. I'm sure you guys could do that easily. So I make a template to trace each pages. So this is going to be like an accordion a style journal. So I traced it on the folded side of the folder, and the manila folder, and I will be folding it like you would a fan or like an accordion fold of the manila folder, which I'll be showing in here. Or you could trace through the length of the manila folder, the template house. um, but whenever I do something, I try to make shortcut, and that's how I'm showing you how I did it. So just bear with me, but you could have your own way of how to trace the base of the journal. So here goes. I just traced it in one section of the folder, the folded side, and then I'm gonna fold it over, like what I said would be kind of like folding it in a fan or accordion fashion. And then I fold it the other way, as you can see, pretty much self-explanatory. And you could use the bone folder, but for me it's just easier to use that. I didn't have it on hand at that time, but this scissors is very practical, can be used as a bone folder, and easier to manage with my hands. So oops, I have some ants in my desk because I was gardening before I started that, and then I brought a new transplanted plant that I think I have ants in them. So pardon me. Okay, so we got that folded back, and you can see that this edge will not have a full length of I mean the full shape of the house. With this, because we're not putting in a preset shape, you could actually make different shapes of the houses. But I'll stick to this to make it simple. So I am kind of like cutting it two, yeah, two at a time. And then I fold it over to cut it. That's my shortcut way. But like what I said, you could just trace the houses, the house template repeatedly on the entirety of the manila folder, and then just cut it one at a time. But this is how I actually did it, and how I'm doing it right now. So I got that accordion shape of the house. So for the bigger journal, what I did last time was make two of them. I'm gonna speed up that part just for you to see. So that's number one. And because of my shortcut way, I have like I'm gonna cut off that little excess kind of like weird shape, and then I am trimming off you don't have to, but it's a junk journal, so sometimes it's nicer uneven also, but I just showed that I trimmed it. So I'm gonna be cutting another one, and I'm gonna speed it up, so pardon me with this. So here's the second manila folder. I traced it off the actual one that I've already made, and we're just doing it the same time. This is sped up two times, and like it's just the same as that. So while it's playing that, for the digital prints, like what I said, you could just there are so many beautiful Christmas kits from so many creators, and I know I'm not sure if I could make some more projects with other kits, but like what I was saying, I wanted to challenge myself using all those leftover prints from last year's Ruby and Pearl DT project. So that's what I'm gonna be using for this video. And also for the tutorial part, and because of the prints that I am using, I will be using the I'll be working along with the smaller house base so that we could get it done faster. But basically, the gist is the same, and the decorations that I'm gonna be putting in, or if you wanna add some more, if you wanna do the bigger one with more pages in it, you may want to watch that project from last year. So I'll link it in the description box if you want to go see it, because I think I put in quite a bit of like little decorations in it. So let's finish up this second part of the accordion. Okay, now we have the second part of the bigger, longer accordion journal base. And you saw I trim it off. So what I'm doing next is I'm gonna be gluing those two length of the accordion bases. So that's why I saved those little kind of like incomplete house shaped flaps, because I'm gonna be joining them together in that part, and the other side, the other end will be kind of a layered part of the journal cover. So um, okay, so we'll glue the two parts of the folder. Okay, so it can't be that small one with the small one. It has to be the bigger one with the smaller one. And what I actually did, which you will see, is I glued it over on one of the full house image, like what I'm showing here. So I didn't even shape it. It's gonna be a little thicker, but it's okay. So that's what I'm doing here right now. Just make sure that they are as aligned as possible. The two sets of the accordion. Okay, I guess I can speed up this part a little bit. Oh no, I'll just leave it alone like that. So yeah, it's already sped up, I think, 1.5 times. Because I don't really want you guys to be watching a very long video. So you could actually fast forward it or play it at a faster speed, or you could just forward it to do the other part. So there you go, gluing it over one of the page, and gluing that flap over that flap. Okay. We'll see. I'm running out of the fabric tack. You could use any glue. I'm just, of course, because of the video purpose, I want it to finish and dry first. So we got that little extra. I don't think I had that in my original journal before, but I have that extra, which would be kind of like an extra page there. So that's how we did the bigger, you can make this at any size. But if you are making it for to fit inside a already made box, you want to make sure that it is smaller than the actual box, because when you add things to the side and there, we want to make sure that it fits in there. Okay, now I am showing the base of the smaller one. I think I'll show the measurement of the smaller one. This is based off the tin that I used it on last year also. But like what I said, you could make it any size you want if you don't have a box to put it in. But for this smaller one, I just use one Manila folder. So the same thing as I did before. So maybe I could speed it up more, but yeah, it's basically the same. And then I will have a slightly fewer pages to work with in this smaller one, because um, we only used one Manila folder for the base. And the reason being, when I did it, is the box is thinner than the bigger box that I had originally on. But also, I'm sorry, I'm blabbering. For the purpose of the tutorial, because we're making this tutorial from beginning to end, so that we have a finished little house Christmas journal, we'll just use this smaller one. So we have fewer pages to work with. Okay, so I'll speed it up more. Okay, we now have the finished base of the smaller house journal. You saw me trim it off. And okay, I got another one. We could make two actually with that just one Manila folder. But like what I said, see, I'm showing it there that it fits two. But yeah, for the purpose of the tutorial, we'll stick with just one base for that. So I think we're gonna end this part here for today. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope you'll join me in the series of creating this little Christmas house journal. Thank you. Thank you so much. You have a wonderful day.